really down. You can tell. He had Ryan Montgomery on. I think his name is Ryan
They're
Montgomery.
close pals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool guy. He's like a hacker.
He has. Did you see his tattoos?
He's got a Wi-Fi
and Windows.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Like proper nerd, right? Proper nerd. I love that. I love people who lead into stuff. Yeah.
His dad is like a serial prisoner too. Like
Ryan's dad?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He was telling a story about like how his father went to prison a bunch of times. He might still be in there, but he's like, he doesn't look like me. He's a big jack dude with a bald head.
Wow.
And
I didn't know it.
But so yeah, Ryan Montgomery was telling him all these stories about this group called 764. Did you hear about these guys?
No, fill me in.
So Roblox, which is like the biggest kids game in the world.
Okay.
There is a group that basically trick kids into giving them sensitive information that they can leverage to extort them. So like some young girls have like given them nudes and they're like, we're going to send this to your whole family unless you do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
But the thing about 764 is they're like a Satanist cult. And they're like...
Of course they are.
They're like, cut 764 into your arm and film it. Or like, they'll do it live. They convinced one guy to commit suicide on video. While they're all... You can hear them on the chat watching this fucking thing, right? So Sean Ryan finds out that Roblox... A couple of people were finding pedophiles, and I think even 764 members, and you know, being like, here they are. I think they got the police involved and like reported them Roblox, and then Roblox banned them and said we don't have vigilantes on our software, which is batshit crazy, you know. So Sean Ryan went crazy about that, like you would. Shocked. I was pretty pissed. Our oldest plays Roblox. We had a big long chat about talking to strangers.
Mm-hmm.
But so then Tucker Carlson comes on the next episode. And like, he's like, it starts off, Sean's like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, I don't believe anything I hear anymore. He's like, does voting matter? And Tucker's like, I don't know. You know, it's...
yeah, I think I remember something to that effect.
It was Derek.
Yeah, just about just general lies that have been fed to us over the decades. Jesse Michaels, American Alchemy. You ever hear of it?
It sounds super familiar.
Get on it. He there's three people that really popped up recently on the kind of podcast platform. It's Danny Jones, Jesse Michaels, and this other guy, because you know I love my UAP shit. 𝐸𝐴𝐵, and they must know each other. Anyways, They all have something to bring to the table. Jesse interviewed Joe Rogan last week.
Oh shit! Yes, I did see that. It's like a spaceship inside.
3 times
of his,
I listened to it.
Studio.
3 times. I love it. It's very intriguing too, because Joe is, has been quietly going to church as well.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting. Like why he's doing it, and I don't want to speak for him or anything like that, but I listened to Brett Weinstein talk about this too on a podcast. But tales and lore is not necessarily always just tales and lore to include religion, and sometimes it might be the case where people are trying to explain very complex things that are beyond their understanding, and they're doing it through these platforms. And I think in Joe's case, he thinks that, he feels, and we could be genetically engineered. We could be coming from another race of people. I'm not opposed to it. Not opposed to the concept at all. Then where did they come from, and so on and so forth, right? But
yeah.
Anyways, I don't want to go. I don't want to bastardize the shit out of this, but I would encourage. It's a good interview.
I'll have to check it out. Something that really interested me recently. Did you ever hear about the DMT experiments with lasers?
Huh?
So there is I don't know his name. I believe he's a scientist or a doctor that's doing these experiments with people using DMT, and he takes a laser and it's like a big line, and he puts it on a wall,
Mhm.
and people look in the laser when they're on DMT, and they said that they can see in, I think, like 3 to 6 inches, and in there is writing, a strange writing on the wall, and they could look up and see more, and they could look down and see more. The interesting thing is, he did this on 100 or 200 people. They all seen the writing, and he had people do it together, and they could both see the writing, and it was the same writing.
What were they reading?
It was like code of like a different language from the way it was described. It was just like lines of code on a wall.
You know, man, I've heard them talk. Physicists, theoretical physicists, talking that we might be in a simulation, you know, but I never could really understand that. But watching the evolution of computers and seeing how the computer is getting closer and closer and closer to us physically, it went from a Commodore 64 to video games. Then we got good computers, and then we got the smartphone, and then we start holding the smartphone all the time, and now we have software that we put on ourselves, and now we're hearing Musk talking about Neuralink, and it's getting closer and closer to being embedded. It's almost as if the Matrix is almost prophetic.
It's true. It's scary.
My point though is that if it gets to that point, what aren't we then part of the Matrix, or aren't we then in a simulation? Like if we go that deep and we ultimately connect with it and go in it, and we are of it.
Yeah.
Christ Almighty, it seems like we're going to end up in a simulation in time.
Well, we're hybrids now, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people, our memory is shorter because of using social media and data crawlers to find information. How many times do I think, like, if I look up a fact, I'll have to re-look up that fact instead of retaining it. Actually, one more thing about the red light DMT thing.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But one thing, so that broke my brain when I heard about it, and I just kept thinking about it. And I found, I heard about, and I looked it up after, but during the Vietnam War was when they introduced night vision goggles, and they used red lenses. And they were testing them on soldiers in the field, and several of them said, like, started firing at demons. They could see demons when they put these red lenses on. It was like, you know, the technology that pushes through the lens so they can see in the dark. And they were seeing hallucinations, whatever you want to call it, visions of demons. So it's funny that it's a red light when you're underneath, you know, you're on DMT. You're under the influence, or, you know, these soldiers allegedly said that they were seeing demons when they put these red lights on. So it's almost like a filter.
Oh my God. Yeah, they live. Or is that what the movie was with Roddy Piper?
Yes.
Exactly. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Where did they get that idea from? Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, it's with Joe Rogan and him finding Christianity. I think that might have been Wes Huff. Or Wes Huff? I think it might be Wes Huff.
I don't know.
He's like a religious scholar. And he came on his...
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And Joe was saying wow a lot, you know, when he was talking.
Yeah.
And that guy's fantastic. I follow him too.
You know, I think, like, I'm not terribly religious, but I am not dismissive either. Like, they still have, whether Jesus was real, whether the 10 Commandments are real or not, they're still really damn good ideas.
Yeah.
So who cares? They're great ideas.
Have you ever read any of the Bible?
Years ago.
The stories are about creating people, a lot of times, people dealing with chaos and finding order or making order, you know, and there are all these avenues into chaos, you know. So you look at Sodom and Gomorrah, they basically became a hedonist society that they were fucking everything. You know what I mean? They were killing themselves through hedonism. So it was struck down so that, angels came and they were like, we want the angels, and I can't remember the whole story, but a lot of the stories in the Bible are just about things falling into chaos and then order coming after it.
Ooh, that sounds like the old motto of, who are they? The Knights, not the Knights Templar. Order out of chaos. It's their motto. The Freemasons. That's their motto.
Is it really?
Yes. Order out of chaos.
Interesting.
Yeah. Why? What does it mean? I don't know.
They're mentioned a lot.
I'm sure they
This
are.
group.
I'm sure they are.
I was at a wedding and it was at the Masonic temple. I was like, it was like it just looked like a Lions Club.
Man, like there are a lot of good folks in there, but the one thing that I found out though, in order to advance, you got to have money. You got to pay to play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to have money to work your way up.
I actually had a meeting with somebody like a couple years ago. They're a member. I guess they're a Templar. Is that what they're called?
Mason.
A Mason.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Brain damage. But
yeah.
But yeah, so it was interesting. They basically get together once a week and at like a club and hang out. So I was talking to the guy is a pretty good fisherman. So we had some chats and he's like, yeah, man, if you're interested. So I was kind of reading about it, but it didn't really interest me, and
no,
but it seemed pretty benign. I didn't really.
I think it is at lower levels. I think it's just any organization. I don't think this is just a Masonic thing. In any institution, as you get up and get higher, and as institutions grow, you're always going to find corruption. It doesn't matter what institution it is. Name it: CIA, FBI.
Yeah.
The Freemasons.
Yeah, we're seeing that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of dilution with information because, people will talk about, name it, say the assassin that tried to shoot Trump, shot him, got him in the ear.
Yeah.
And then he's gone. And then people start investigating and it's like, it looks like he was talking to someone in the FBI and this whole thing, and it was all scrubbed. And then people are talking about that, and that's important. And then people are like, the Masonic temple and these assassins, and then they muddy the waters, I start to wonder if that's kind of part of the scrub.
Well, who's that guy? Chase Hughes?
Man, he's brilliant.
He's interesting.
Yeah. He's actually where I heard that DMT experiment from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I probably heard that too and forgot. Yeah, because he was on Rogan and he was on Sean Ryan too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very interesting. But he said something really cool. He said, if some kind of political event's happening, but you're not allowed to speak about it freely and you're viciously suppressed when you do, you're in a psychological operation. Probably. Look at COVID.
Yeah.
Look at COVID. Right? Don't you dare come up with any other viable options to save people.
Yeah.
One solution only. Anyways.
Well, it's so eye-opening. Even when you look at...
I hope it is. For us, for you and I, yeah. But you and I aren't enough.
No, I find there's a lot of older generation that are locked into state-run media, like the CBC. But I notice that if ever there's something that people should care about, say the censorship bills that have happened in the UK, I think
that's madness.
It's crazy.
That's
12,000 people were arrested for Facebook posts.
Thousands, we'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't hear about that. You gotta find it on X. And then they're bringing censorship bills through here. They're trying to pass a few. I think it's Bill 6-3. And the Conservative Party's been pushing back against it. You don't hear anything about that. You know what I mean? You don't hear about what that means. And I feel like that's part of it too. The suppression of information. You know.
Yeah, they can. I'm just glad podcasts are out. Cable's dead.
Yeah.
And cable news is going to die. Like they're appealing to elderly folks right now. That's it.
Yeah.
Podcasts are here. And they're here to stay, right?
Open and honest conversations.
God forbid
Yeah.
that we, and like, why not have a 2 and 3 hour, 5 hour interview? Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I can't take credit for it, but I mean, it's a good point. Rogan did said it. It's like this whole idea of fleshing out a complex concept and then having a minute and a half to do it, followed by like a 2-minute commercial break. Like this is, it's insane. You can't. Could you imagine if you had to get a degree where you went into class to cover a really complex topic and you had a couple of minutes to hear the answer and then you had to go? Like what?
Yeah.
Huh? Like it's insane. It's antiquated. Let it die. I don't care. I don't care.
Well, I mean, they get people's support on things in those little bites. You look at the Iraq War. You got two pundits facing off for 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden thousands of people die. It's
no time for it. I totally love listening and going for a walk and listening to something that's complex so that I can at least get a better idea of what it is. Like I haven't had cable since 2001. And a few years ago when my parents moved in, of course they wanted cable, so we got it. And then when they left, I tried to get rid of it because I don't use it. And they're like, if you keep it, we'll actually decrease your monthly bill. I'm like, what? What are you like? What is going on there? It's almost as if somebody's paying them to fight to keep people keeping cable.
I never thought about that.
I mean, like they literally paid me more to hang on to it. Like, huh?
Yeah.
And it's still there, and I haven't watched it. Why would I sit down and force myself to watch a TV show that has a ton of commercials that's predefined on a certain time to watch it? Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so much exists.
Oh my God. Like we have Netflix and we have all that stuff because we have friends over and we have a roommate downstairs. So I just want to give him something, but I wouldn't even have it then. I have what's called the internet. I can go there, right? Come on. What are we talking about here?
YouTube is where I spend all my time.
YouTube is great. I think my buddy Bill, Bill, I think he said that YouTube is like the second biggest search engine.
I bet it is.
Next to Google or something like that. I mean, I'm not going to argue with him. It kind of seems pretty obvious to me.
Well, anything I've built, even if it was our stove broke.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. So I looked at the model on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I said what was happening. And some guy was like, oh, here's what you do. It's probably, here's the circuit breaker.
Great.
It's amazing.
It's fantastic. I've gotten so many answers. The one thing that really drives me up the wall, I know there are people in my field that are using ChatGPT to write posts.
Mm-hmm. It's very easy.
Yeah. But it's not them.
No.
So then the counter argument is, who cares? Well, they're contacting you for your information and your hard work, and they're putting trust in you and your brand. So why would you have ChatGPT do it?
Mm.
Do the hard work. And guess what happens if you do the hard work and the research? You actually learn something too.
Yeah. Also, AI is just a large language model. It's not omnipotent. It only has as much information in its database to pull from as it has. So if you're doing it and someone else is doing it, it's giving you the same answers, depending on how you word your questions.
Yeah.
So if you know things outside that data set, you are more valuable than what AI is saying.
It's weird.
I mean, it's
got to look. It's silly. I like ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yep.
But I use it to point me to other things, right? Like, give me the original source material if you can. I don't find ChatGPT is as good as that. I find the Google AI is much better with that. Like, it provides links. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then you can go off and you can do your digging, right? But I mean, I can't, like, I was like, it was suggested to me to use AI to write articles. I'm like, I can't. It just seems so disingenuous.
It is. Yeah.
They're trusting that I did it. No, I didn't. But then I'm not learning too, right? Like the act of going through research journals and highlighting and thinking and getting stuck and trying to figure it out and the struggle. Sure, that's why I write the articles, so I can learn.
Yeah.
And yes, so I can share, but it's a two-way street. Like I want to help the public, but I want to learn. And I figured, why not do both at the same time? Then we both win. Just did one on diverticulitis. Got a referral coming in about diverticulitis. I'm like, man, that seems pretty interesting. So I did my own deep dive personally, but then I'm like, man, that'd be a great article. So I did it.
I guess you learned a ton about diverticulitis.
That was interesting. Yeah,
yeah, but that's cool.
It is. I don't want to go down but basically it's like getting mini hernias in your colon.
Damn.
That's the best way to describe it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a fucking hernia right now. I gotta get
really
pushed in my belly button. Yeah.
How did it happen? Do you know?
I don't. It just got bigger over time.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah. Is your belly button pushing out?
It's pushing down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because one of the other guys I train with, he's like, "Hey, me too." He had the same one. I was like,
"Wow, yeah,
okay." And like, I stopped lifting heavy.
Yeah.
So it's not from weights. So I'm guessing it's probably from jiu-jitsu.
Man, it can come from anything. It can come from like a multitude of heavy exertions. It can come from one. Like there have been people. There's one person I know. He sneezed, and he gave himself an umbilical hernia. Yeah, I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. Right? Then you've got like other very interesting kind of conditions. Like there's one called diastasis recti, and females during pregnancy, you know, their poor little abdomens are. I mean, there's not a lot of real estate there. I mean, it's just stretched to the max.
Yeah.
And there's like this fascia that kind of connects the left and the right abdominal region in the front together, right? You know that line down through the abs?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that can fissure and break.
Oh, I've heard about that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And guys get it too, right? Like I've got a guy I'm working with right now that has diastasis recti, and I've had a guy a few years ago that had it too. But you got to be careful, right?
What causes it in men?
To men to fix?
No, like how do they get it? Like I understand, like a pregnant woman.
I don't know.
It's already stretched. You know, it seems like it would rip.
I wonder if someone has a big belly and they have a lot of visceral fat that maybe it's pushing out. So I'm speculating, right? But I wonder if that might predispose them to it, and then they do some kind of heavy exertion, and then off it goes.
Is that
right?
Do you ever see the like older bodybuilders? I think it's called Palumbo.
Yeah,
disease.
Dave Palumbo is the guy that was inspired by. But
is that growth hormone? Do you think?
I think it is growth hormone. It's at least growth hormone, and it got very popular in the late 90s. And I think part of what it does is it may grow your visceral organs or your organs, especially in your digestive system, in addition to skeletal tissue, I think. Otherwise, what's causing roid belly?
Yeah, because they have abs.
It's ridiculous.
But they have a gut.
And it's permanent.
Their arms like atrophy a bit.
It gets kind of funny. Yeah, you start watching these guys, like usually their extremities are very thick and they have little waists early on. And then there's almost like an inversion. Their center starts to get big and their extremities start losing muscle tissue.
Interesting.
I don't know what the mechanism is. I don't know what.
It's almost like they've used so much human growth hormone and testosterone.
Oh, they use a lot.
That it's like the body's like, I'm not making any more of this.
And the biggest lie that ever happened in the 90s when I was a kid was listening or reading flex books and being totally inspired by these guys, thinking, look at them doing it naturally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I put so much effort into bodybuilding. Like it gave me a lot of good things. Like I definitely learned discipline, you know, and there are benefits from doing it too. Like, you know, you're certainly developing bone density and things that will serve you later in life, right? But the lie.
Yeah.
The lie.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you look at Ronnie Coleman, who I love, fantastic lifter, and he was around before he didn't have a YouTube channel when he was huge.
Most of those guys.
But like a lot of those guys, like you're saying, would be like, I make sure to drink my protein shakes. That's how, and it's like,
sure.
It's impossible to look like you were genetically created in the lab.
Oh yeah.
Like no one has those genes to be a 300-pound rip monster.
I guess there's like a few things that you have to put in the bucket to
actually
produce.
Tom Haviland probably.
Yeah. You gotta you need to have a genetic predisposition. You have to have large muscle bellies that are very full towards the joint. Yes, you need nice wide clavicles so that you can have your V taper. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes, it is true. But and then you've got to eat the right stuff and you've got to train appropriately. But you absolutely need steroids. Like they always protect the steroid conversation all the time, especially when these bodybuilders are dying like flies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, it was something else. Yes, it had nothing to do with the steroids, I'm sure. Nothing, right? Like who are they kidding?
Oh man,
look, it's conflicting because I appreciate it too.
Yeah.
Right? I do.
Well, not like
right?
It's such hard work. It's such
steroids,
dedication.
They're busting their ass.
Yeah.
Okay? Like everyone knows, right?
You can take steroids and not work out. You're not going to look like these guys.
No.
You got to put in the fucking work. You got to eat the most boring food always. Yeah. Some of them wake up in the morning or wake up during the night and have a meal and go back to bed,
Yeah, and look, it depends on philosophy too. Like Yates said, look, if getting to the Olympia means I live 5 years less, then so be it. That is, look, I believe in freedom of choice. Of course I do. Of course I do. Do what you want. You're not affecting me. I don't care, right? And it's kind of cool. It is, right? But like I look at that and go, man, oh man, like a lot of these guys aren't doing good.
No,
later
no.
on. Like,
they should open up. I know it's not legal in a lot of places.
Yeah.
But it is taken away because people get disappointed when they think someone's natural and they're on steroids. It's like, look, they're all on steroids. But you look at like Chris Bumstead, fantastic physique, worked his ass off.
Yep.
Of course he's on steroids.
Just tell the truth. That's
but
all
he's the best one out of all of them in that weight category. That's on steroids. It doesn't take away from his hard work. Let's be honest.
No, I just tell the whole thing. And maybe there are legal reasons they can't go in Flex Magazine and say, I'm on steroids, because they're probably going to get a knock on the door from the FBI or whoever takes care of that. DEA? I don't know, whoever. Yeah. They have like 5,000 agencies in the States. They have like 5,000. Like one of them or all of them will come.
Yeah,
right?
ATL?
Yeah, like who's coming, right? Who's coming? But so, I don't know.
They need a bodybuilder agency. Oh, and it's all these jack guys show up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no conflict of interest here. We didn't find anything. Yeah. No steroids in this guy's house. I'm telling you, right? How ridiculous.
You guys didn't find anything in 5 years?
Sure.
You look fantastic.
This is a really good agency. The bodybuilder agency. Yeah. Great. Yeah. That works. Whatever.
Yeah, I've been tempted to take testosterone.
Talk to me.
Not like anything crazy. So a friend of mine was telling me, he's like, there's a doctor you can get a blood pellet through. It's a clinic in Alberta.
Yeah, there's several of them.
Yeah.
There's several of them.
Yeah. Man, they took like 15 vials of blood or something. I was just watching them. I don't have trouble with needles, but I was fucking woozy by the time they were done.
I don't like needles. I just don't. No. And it's so embarrassing when I've got to get routine blood work and I have to look away from the needle. I'm like, you lift weights. You're in jiu-jitsu. You're tough. And you're just a huge pussy. It's just a big pussy, right?
Oh, man. What?
It's so embarrassing.
I can get it. I can understand you're getting punctured. I get it.
I gotta think like stupid thoughts and like about a stupid TV show, just any distractions so I don't pass out in front of the nurse. Oh my God. It's so embarrassing. So tell me. I need to know more. I want to know more.
I got a blood pellet done and they went through all my everything, B12. Right. So when they got the testosterone, they're like, you're in the normal range. I was like 550, something like that, and it goes to like
1,000,
1,000,
something like that. Yeah.
So it's like, that doesn't sound very good, you know. So I am tempted to take the therapy just to
Got a couple of ideas for
boost
you.
it up. Yeah,
I got a couple ideas. How's your sleep?
not great.
Okay. Do you mind us talking about this?
Oh, I don't care.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, do you have trouble going to sleep or staying to sleep, or both?
I can stay asleep. It's going to sleep.
Okay. So, do you find like your mind's racing?
Yeah.
Okay. What time do you go to bed?
11.
Okay. What time do you wake up?
7.
Okay. Okay. Do you have dimmable lights throughout your house?
In 2 rooms.
I'm going to Huberman the shit out of this.
Okay.
All right.
I'm down for it.
Okay. So one thing you can check into, if it interests you, I'll throw these out and you can do whatever you want, right? But if you can have 2700 Kelvin bulbs throughout your house on a dimmer switch, it's gear.
Okay.
Just make sure if you buy the bulbs, they're dimmables, because I spent a pile of money and oh my God, I had to send them back and I had to do all this shit. So make sure they're dimmables. 2700 Kelvins are a very soft yellow. It's a very relaxing color on your eyes. And a little trick you can do is, the sun goes down, you can dim the lights in your house and it prepares you, it gets you tired.
So when do you start dimming?
Man, I'd start dimming probably like a few hours before bed, as long as everybody else in your house didn't mind. Right? It works. It really does. It helps create that sleep pressure. That's step number 1.
Okay.
The other thing, though, that you can do is you can get these amber-colored glasses. They're amber. They're not yellow. They're amber. It's very specific. And the whole point of them is they filter out
blue light.
Yes.
I have those.
Okay.
I use them for work.
I would put them on 2 hours before bed. Like I do it. I look like Bono. I look like an idiot, but I don't even care. I don't even care. I put them on, right? 2 hours before bed, and I dim the lights. It's like a ritual. It helps, right?
Yeah.
It creates the pressure. So those are 2 things that you can do. And the other thing that you can do is you can have like 400 milligrams of magnesium bisglycinate.
Bisglycinate?
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of simple. It relaxes your muscles. There's like stuff that has to go in your muscles to make them contract. Calcium is involved. So basically, if you dump a pile of magnesium, it kind of like inhibits or reduces how much calcium makes contact with the muscle. It's kind of like if there's a doorway and calcium goes in to turn on the muscle in there, just picture a pile of magnesium squeezing in and just saying, calcium, get the shit out of the way. I'm trying to get in. Okay. Competitively inhibits its entry, right? So I think I've got that right. For any physiologists, go ahead and look. Yeah, leave it in. So that can work. Magnesium bisglycinate is particularly useful because that one is highly absorbable in the small intestine. It gets in. So if you can do that, those things are helpful. The other thing you can do is to have some CBD if you want. I'm sure you're versed in that. Right?
Yeah. No, I vape every night before I go to bed.
Okay.
Yeah. So I find that pretty relaxing.
It is. It's got a short life though.
Yeah.
Where if we can get it into your stomach and it makes a couple of passes through your liver, I think that it makes a more potent version and it has a longer life. So that's a possibility too. The other thing you can do too, this is what I do. I put on a very boring podcast. And I put
this one.
No, I would never do that. I would never do that. Silliness. What are you talking about, sir? Get it together. But I'll just put in like a earbud or whatever, and I'll have it really, really low. It'll be really boring. And I'm not going to say which podcast it is or YouTube channels because I don't want to talk smack.
Yeah.
But it's not yours. And I'll put it on, and it's just so boring. I'm done.
Okay, interesting.
And if I wake up, now here's the other thing. Okay, do you have I shouldn't be leaning forwards. Do you have an eye mask?
No.
$13 You can get 3 of them on Amazon.
Okay.
Put it on, because any even easy exposure to light at night, it'll almost totally wipe out the melatonin that's in your bloodstream.
Okay, interesting.
That one's from Huberman. He said, I'll say conservatively, it was above 95% clearance out of your system from a brief exposure to white light, or rather to light at night. So I put on a mask religiously every night. And even if I go to the bathroom, I will have the mask down just so that I can just see where I'm walking. I have to be protective over my sleep. The reason I'm bringing all this up is you've got to get your sleep down. You have to cover fundamentals if you're trying to improve your testosterone levels. You just have to, right? Because there's a few other things we can talk about only if you want to, but if we do those things and then we retest testosterone and maybe it goes up a little bit, but you're still not happy, well then when you take exogenous testosterone, it's going to have a more meaningful impact because you would have covered the bases. That's why.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
But sleep is critical for 1,000 different reasons. Testosterone production is just one of 1,000. Good sleep helps stave off dementia.
Uh-oh.
One night of poor sleep, you have pre-diabetic blood glucose levels the next day. I shit you not. Cognition, out the window. Memory recall, out the window. Testosterone is just going to be one of several things that are brewing in the background.
Well, I'm feeling it.
I bet you are.
It's been probably 4 years of poor sleep. And what ends up happening is, especially when Xavier was a baby and the monitors in our room, he would wake up and I don't know if we talked about this before, but anyway, so my wife scared the shit out of me. She told me about SIDS, where babies can just...
That's all you needed to hear.
Yeah, so they can stop breathing and die in their sleep. And I was like, what do you mean? I was blown away. So I would take the monitor and put it on my side of the bed. And man, if he sneezed weird, I'd get up and go check him.
Right.
You know?
Of course you would.
So
of course you would.
Ever since then, I think I have like a hypervigilance with that now, where it's like I find it very hard to relax to get to sleep. And I'm like, I feel a bit tense, but even when I'm kind of drifting off, you know, when you get those like those kind of like sleep shivers, you know, your fault, that wakes me up completely. I'm like, oh, okay, start again. You know, so I would say on a good night, it takes me about an hour to fall asleep.
Okay.
It doesn't help. I'll throw this out there, but it doesn't help that also that's when I will read on my iPad, you know, so that's not good. I'm just taking that blue light in my brain. So I'll have to wear those at night.
Make that happen. The dimmable stuff's real. It really does. Like, as long as everyone in your home is cool.
Yeah.
Cool doing it. The other thing that I wanted to talk about too was, do you know your blood levels of vitamin D?
It's in there, and that was normal, but I'm pretty sure it's a big...
I'd love to talk to you about that.
I do supplement.
Okay.
I do supplement with vitamin D. I think I take 5,000
You're pretty safe with that.
A day. Yeah. I take... Basically, I have like a bin that I take every day.
Yeah.
So I take NMN and magnesium, zinc, vitamin D, K2, and... I'm
glad to hear about the K2,
Yeah, that one's actually hard to find.
K2, just make sure your supplements are NSF certified, but we can talk about that later.
Okay.
I want to come back to the vitamin D. The reason that you want optimal vitamin D is it's responsible for testosterone production also. And you want optimal vitamin D. With respect to the medical community, I feel that their minimum levels of what's considered optimal is antiquated. I really think we should be looking for about 50 to 70 nanograms per mils. I think that's the American unit of measurement. Sue me, I did nutrition in the States. So 50 to 70 I think is optimal. And quite frankly, when the closer you get to the equator, if you randomly sampled people's blood down there, it will be up to 90.
Really?
So my thoughts there is that if the body is willing to do that in the presence of sun, maybe we should be a little bit more open to getting those levels a little higher. So, so that's that. The other thing is it would be helpful to know your omega-3 levels in your blood. It will be very, very interesting to know what your mag levels are in your blood, your magnesium. You can get that done through red blood cell magnesium. It's a tricky one to trace because magnesium sort of works with vitamin D when you take it. And what you need to know is sometimes you can take a ton of vitamin D and your blood levels are still crap. Now
Why is that?
This is where it gets cool. This is very cool. You know, basically when you pop vitamin D3, it's kind of like crude oil. You dump it in your system and you have things inside your body that refines it into a very usable form. You know, like a good gasoline, from crude oil to gasoline, okay?
Okay.
The thing is that you need magnesium as part of that refinement process. Magnesium helps convert vitamin D3 into its biologically available form, which is 125 hydroxyvitamin D, whatever. Okay, whatever. Vitamin D goes in your body. It needs a couple of little things put on it. They're called functional groups, whatever. They're OHs. They're called hydroxyl groups. And it needs to make one gets thrown on when it passes the liver, and then it goes down to the kidney, gets another one, right? And then it's usable, right? But magnesium is part of that process.
Gotcha.
And you can imagine why you want good liver and kidney function.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That process takes time. You want to know what that is too. You really do. And you want to know what your zinc levels are too in your blood. It's not for everybody because it does cost money, but there is a test called the Nutra-Eval. Okay?
Okay.
And it's a blood and urine test that you can order, and it costs about $700. It's a chunk of change. Make no mistake. I've done this a few times for clients.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we get a pile of blood collected from you, pile of urine. We get a local phlebotomist to do that, so they prepare the blood correctly. We fire it off in a prepaid box that has a big chunk of ice in it. It gets down to the labs pretty darn fast, and about 14 to 17 days later, we get your results in a PDF form. And it's very helpful for a lot of reasons. And just knowing what your Ds and your zincs and your mag levels are and your omega-3 levels, that's just like a part of this.
So have you seen?
Yes.
Yeah. You've seen big changes in people?
Yes.
Yeah.
It gets very interesting though, because you actually can look at mitochondrial function too. So anyways, mitochondria are like little generators that make energy in your body, right? And it needs stuff to make it work right. So if you got people that are like super low in energy and fatigue, kind of would be nice to know how the mitochondria are working. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can look at all the different parts of the generator and you can figure out, oh my goodness, we need a bit more of this. Oh my gosh, look, that's in the way. That's blocking that. That generator's not working good. And then you fix it. And you help people get energy. Anyways, it's a really kick-ass test.
Okay.
Because what it does is it helps refine your food, what you're putting in your system. Food first,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then it makes you refine the supplements that you're taking. Should we take more? Should we take less? It does that. So now we're not kind of like shooting in the dark with supplements and food. We're being very precise.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very kick-ass.
That's pretty powerful.
I love it. It's
Yeah.
a complete uncontrolled nerd out every single time I get one. I've got the PDF highlighters going. I'm making notes. My son is the best ever, right? It's deadly. And like, so yeah, anyway, so that's kind of like, those are the things you want to know before you go down the testosterone route. You really want to know where those things are. And these companies usually, part of the consultation process, they will have a qualified nutritionist speak to you about your sleep. And this is like a litmus test to know if your company is good. They should be asking you about your sleep, what you're doing about it. They should be asking you about your lifestyle, your physical activity. They should be asking you about what you're eating, what supplements you're on, and how much. They should be looking for that.
Yeah.
And if they're not, I would be cautious.
Well, these guys, I will say, were good.
Good.
I wish
Great.
I remember the name of the company.
Yeah, there's a few. There's one called True Balance Wellness.
I think that might have been them. Are they out of Alberta?
I think they are. Yeah.
Because a doctor called me to go over my results.
Yeah, they will.
And she was like, all the things you just mentioned.
Yeah.
How are you sleeping? And I told her, and she's like, well, you could try these. And she's like, there's a book that you could read about, and I kind of went through. Exactly. Well, no, it was kind of like, it was how to get to sleep if you're a poor sleeper.
Yeah.
Funny though, we went to, me and the wife went to Nashville over the summer.
Yes, boy.
For 5 days.
Okay.
And I slept amazing every night. Amazing. Because it was the two of us. I didn't have to worry about, the kids.
You didn't have to worry.
Exactly.
You didn't have to worry.
So we'd have like these great days, and then that night go to bed. I'd sleep for like 10 hours, get up the next day, feel like $1 million. And I was drinking way less coffee, and it was great. Then coming home, and it's like work, kids,
stuff,
dogs,
stuff, more stuff. Do you cold plunge?
I do.
How often do you cold plunge?
Well, I had to move my cold plunge, but normally every morning.
How long?
2 to 5 minutes.
That's more than enough.
Okay.
Yeah. You want a cumulative 11 to 15 minutes a week, roughly between 10 or 11 to 15 degrees Celsius. That's optimal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When my nipples start to hurt, I usually get it.
That will do it.
Yeah.
Did you ever see, oh my God, he came here, he was one of the Jackass guys. Steve-O. Did you see his show when he came here?
No.
Oh my God. It was
good?
Oh, he's so self-deprecating. I love it. He's like, and now I'm going to show you my cold plunge experience. And then he jumps in naked. This is all a video, right? This is my dick. And he just does this, and it's just nothing. It's like that. And we're just like, we're in shock going, did we just see this? Did this just happen? What a burnout. What a burnout. Anyways, I don't know what that has to do with you cold plunging. Don't do that. I said you shouldn't do it. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do at the end of this episode.
Oh, baby. Anyways, the reason I brought up
that was a decent Steve-O voice.
Oh, thank you.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and also you could do Robert Kennedy Jr. pretty good with that one too. Pretty close.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I tell you, his poor voice.
Oh, God bless him. God bless him. God bless him.
Tim Dillon does a good RFK Jr.
I was just listening to Tim Dillon before he came here.
Oh, okay, he's awesome. Man.
He's brilliant. And he's funny.
Yeah, he goes on rants. I can listen to him.
He's the best. He's the best. Yeah, but listen, man. So it's been like a year. It's been a year.
Yep.
Right?
The Mantle is 1 year old.
Holy
1 year old. November 27th.
So you told me that you got inspired. Who's doing the interview now? So you told me you got inspired when you're at PAL, listening to Sean Ryan.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow.
Yeah, it was a culmination. It was. I listened to that episode I was telling you about.
But the police officer.
Yeah. I wish I remembered his name.
Yeah.
And it was him just opening up about, his terrible childhood and becoming an alcoholic and then getting over it and finding God. And I was like, I was glued. I was glued to it. And I felt better after I listened to it.
Yeah.
And then a friend of mine came over and he is a recovering alcoholic. And we were talking. And I felt we were sharing, we were talking. And I was like, man, I even said to him, I was like, this should be a podcast. Just guys talking about how they got over their shit, and then 2 weeks later I called you. I was like, hey, do you want to do a podcast? Do you want to be a guest?
Absolutely.
And it's crazy because every person I've had on has changed the way I think about things and like gratitude. I never realized how important it is to have gratitude and a good community, like a good group around you, and purpose was another big one. having purpose is so important. And I just started feeling better and better. And it's been green lights. It's been green lights, and finding guests. You've been a huge help. You were my first guest, and then you've introduced me to so many interesting people.
I'm here to serve.
I love it. I love it.
Yes. Well,
So,
why not?
man, hats off to
Yeah.
you for that. That's been fantastic.
More to come.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
And it's just been, I don't know, it's been helping me grow. And I've had people reach out and be like, I watched like the Killian episode. That was huge for a lot of people.
He was so real.
He was great, and he went deep. And when he was done, he was like, man, that was cathartic, and
yeah,
I was like, I know, just hearing your story, and
I was very proud of him to do that.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
Really good guy. And then people reached out about that episode, and people were talking about their alcoholism and their sobriety. And actually, so about 3 months ago, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to drink anymore. Like getting up hungover and having kids, and it makes you feel like shit for days. And it's hard to get shit done because it it removes your track. If you build like a daily ritual of doing things to get shit done.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you're disrupting it every time. So me and Pam, I've been getting into Christianity over the last couple of years, and this pertains, so I'll say it, but we've had like 2 crazy experiences. One was in Nashville. We were going to a Christian concert there, and we were both talking about like, you hear stories. People, they call them testimonies, where like they've had a divine experience. We're like, imagine how amazing that would be. We're both sitting in the pool, and we both start getting out, and there is a cross on the bottom of the pool. It's like, oh, someone dropped their necklace. So Pam reached down to get it, and it was dirt. It just swirled away.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's way too tricky.
It was on the nose.
Oh,
and we were
man.
like, and the thing is, you see that, and we were, out of our minds over it. And we go see the concert. It was great. Brandon Lake and Phil Wickham, they like blew the house down. And then like, we're like, wasn't that crazy yesterday? But like, you kind of forget how remarkable that was. So I was like, yeah, I'm done with drinking. And she's like, you know what? I think I am too. So 3 months goes by. And a couple of weeks ago, we're going to a party. And we're out for dinner. And she's like, want to have a beer? And I was like, okay. So she orders 2 beers. They bring over 2 beers. Then the next waiter comes, he brings 2 more beers. Right? It goes, oh, they brought them. Well, they're yours. And she looks at me. She goes, it's the enemy. Right? And we started laughing. Right?
Yeah.
So the beers here, I didn't even really want it, but I drank it.
Yeah.
And we had 2 beers, and then we went to the party. And there was 2, they gave drinking tickets.
Yep.
So we get 2 tickets each.
Right.
So I ordered a drink, I sit down. Under my table placing is 2 more tickets. I'm like, okay.
Man, you're being tempted.
This guy I don't know, him and his wife are leaving. He goes, hey, do you want these? 2 more tickets, right? Tickets were falling out of the fucking sky, I get drunker than I can remember, right? Blackout drunk.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like I haven't been drunk like that. I honestly do not remember the last time, and plus I hadn't been drinking.
Yeah.
So they're hitting me even harder.
Oh, of course.
And the next morning I get up, I'm like baffled. I'm like, how did I get that? I didn't even want the first beer. And it was like, they just kept coming. Drink.
Whew.
So Pam was like, yeah, like you were fucking weird last night. Like you were hammered, but she was like, you were kind of like, you weren't yourself at all.
Alcohol will do that.
Oh man. I was like, and I was so angry at myself. I'm like, I didn't even want to have the beer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right? I was like, I was sitting at dinner. It was there. I'm like, all right, it's here. I wasn't, at no point was I craving a drink.
It was just there and you're doing it.
It was just there, and I'm
Because
like,
it was there.
I'll have a beer with you.
It's almost like a bowl of popcorn by your side.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just there.
It's here, I'll sip it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 0 to 100. And we had gone to a concert before, and there was a singer there who was like otherworldly, crazy talent. And she's singing at this church later that day, and we had planned to go. Mm-hmm. So we go to church. I'm sitting there. I'm a fucking mess.
Yeah.
I'm so angry at myself. Just like, I'm just like angry and depressed, you know, and like anxiety.
All of it.
And I'm sitting there, and before they start the service, this guy comes up and he goes, "We got some announcements. There's a new baby girl. Her name is Jordan Faith Smart." Jordan Faith Smart is her name. And Pam grabs my arm, and I got goosebumps. So they start the service, and that singer comes up, and she's killing it. Beautiful voice. And she stops, and she goes, "There's a heavy presence here today." And Pam looks at me.
It's my liver.
Yeah, it's my liver.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It was
I
good.
should have said that.
It was good. So Pam looks at me, and she's like, "That's you." I was like, and she goes, and she like kind of talks about the heaviness and things like that. And this guy behind me goes, "Jordan." And I look behind me. The guy's just looking at her, like, I'm like, "Is that in my head?" It was just too much.
That's
and
a lot.
They're like, "We're doing a baptism at 6. I was like, "I'll be there." And I went.
Oh, yeah?
And it was just too on the nose. It was just too on the nose. And
once again.
But the thing is, so after that, what it really showed me, and I got baptized that night. There was a
yes, boy.
bunch of, I went back, got baptized, fully clothed.
Go on.
And, but there were all these people there that had quit drugs recently. A lot of them were in prison, you know, and me. Mm-hmm. Didn't know anyone at this church. Different city, different town, you know. So I'm about to go under, and the pastor there, he always says something before he dunks you under. And he goes, "Whenever a door is open for you, make sure you know whose fingerprints are on the knob." And he dunks me.
Oh boy. Okay.
And it was like the perfect thing, you know, because it's like doors open for you. You get green lights, you know. Booze was my green light that day. It opened up, you know.
Didn't it?
You know, and
yeah.
And for those who aren't Christians or believers or religious, it was just like an overwhelming feeling for me. And it's like, you can tell people the story, and it's, you know, you might find it neat. You might be like, yeah, whatever. But like, you got to experience it to really, it's a very personal experience.
I can show you the door, Neo, but you must walk through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, man, it was really, it was an experience. And then the next day, when I wasn't hungover anymore, mm-hmm. I was like really thinking about it. And I was like, you know what? For now on, if there's something that I know that I would be mad at myself about, I'm not doing it. You know? So if I go out and do shitty food there, and I'm like, I'm going to feel pretty shitty later, I'm not going to eat it, you know? if
discernment.
Yeah. And it's really been, it's only been a few weeks, but just living that way has been a lot lighter.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and talking about the whole alcohol thing, like, I think we might have said this before, like, but every family has one.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
You just get people around in a circle and you're going to hear it. So it's very much in our culture to drink. And I was loving bourbon here and there several months ago. But then I got to a point where I started looking forward to it when it was Friday. I started making a ritual. I'm like, what am I doing exactly? Where's this going? There are alcoholics in my family already. Do I really need to tempt fate? Like, does it mean I would have become an alcoholic? I don't know, but that's the part that I don't like. I don't know. Just because I'm in this field doesn't mean that I'm impervious to this stuff at all, right? I'm just like, you know, I think I'm just gonna ease off of this stuff, and it's been like, I don't know, 6 months, 6 months, something like that.
Congratulations. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and it was only like once, 1 or 2 drinks, like on the weekend. But I don't think I like where that could potentially go.
Yeah.
And then you're out with, your girl, and maybe you go to a restaurant through the week. Now, okay, so now that's 3 different times. So now that's almost half the week where you're drinking, even if it's one drink. Is that really something I need? The answer is no. The other side to that too, the big reason is it's my sleep. Like I
Yeah.
have to protect my sleep real bad, and it really messes with it. Like I can't even have one beer and I'm not sleeping, and I'm not making that up. Like I have
Yeah.
no reason or interest to make that up. I'm not trying to be cool,
No, I think it's
right?
known. Like,
Oh, it's bad. Like I've got friends that can get hammered and they just wake up like it's nothing. Like you have some kind of superhero ability, and you should also donate your liver to research so we can figure out what the hell just happened, because I can't do that, right?
I do have a theory on that.
Fill me in.
I feel like people that drink heavily,
Yeah.
it's just kind of like the norm to wake up that way. So I don't think it's as debilitating if you're used to it, you know?
Or it's your new normal,
Yeah.
possibly, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I've got to I got to drop cred to Huberman on this one. Like he dropped some uncomfortable science a year or two ago. You remember?
About the alcohol?
Yeah, he's like,
yeah.
one, he's like, 2 is not great, 1's a little better, but really none is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't a big fan. He wasn't loved by a lot of people, right? When he did that. So yeah, I mean, Christmas is coming. I'm probably gonna have some, but it's not. I don't want to be in a position where I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to go down that path. Like it's not a good place to be, right?
No, it's one of those things too. I mean, I don't have any issues, obviously. I think free will, if people want to drink,
Oh man, of
I'm
course.
not gonna be the one to tell you not to.
No, of course not.
And like Pam can have a glass of wine and just a glass of wine.
Yeah.
I like the feeling. So usually I'll have like,
It is a good feeling.
yeah, I'll have like 2
Yeah.
bourbons. If we're going out for dinner, I'll have like 2 cocktails. I like to get
Yeah.
a little buzz going.
Yeah.
It was never a thing where it's like I get up in the morning and every day or anything like that. But the thing is, alcohol is very romanticized in our society, especially where we are, where it's big in the culture. Everybody drinks, for the most part,
Oh yeah.
especially 10 years, 20 years ago. But like Huberman said, it is a highly addictive neurotoxin.
Oh,
And no one, people say, well, people are born alcoholics. How can a 2-year-old be an alcoholic? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I think that everyone, and this is kind of I read this book called How to Cut Down on Alcohol.
Okay.
But basically, alcohol is a pitcher plant. There's sweet nectar on the leaves. At the bottom, you're stuck, and everyone can go to the top leaf and have a drink.
Can't they?
But I don't care who you are at some point, unless you kind of drink once a year at Christmas to have a single glass of wine and that's your thing. But people usually go out and drink too much and then regret it.
Yeah.
And there's people that do that once a year and then it becomes twice a year. And then all of a sudden it's on the weekends and they're getting themselves stuck into a place. Like how many times did I hear people say, well, I gave up liquor. I only drink wine.
Oh, that is what we call sophistry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's clever rationalizations.
I like that.
I stole that from Captain Picard on a Star Trek episode.
Nice.
And I've been using it ever since. I don't even care.
Sophistry.
Yeah, that trap thing you're talking about drinking. It's kind of like there's a Sarlacc pit.
Mm.
And you're, it's 10 yards away. You're okay. You're all right. Maybe you can go 5 yards. Don't know if I want to get to the edge though. Don't know if I want to get to the edge. Not unless you got some really good armor on, my son, to get out of that shit. What a great episode that was, Boba Fett. it started off with him in the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with alcoholism, but I just have to go there. That was a really good scene because I've always wondered what the hell happened to Boba Fett. You know, from Return of the Jedi, like he went in the Sarlacc pit. He's finished. He's supposed to be this like huge hunter, and like what happens? Someone hits his rocket. He screeches like a wuss, and then he gets engulfed.
This turns out he was a regular dude with a jetpack.
Oh boy! But then, like Boba Fett, it starts off with him down in the pit and how he gets on. Like, oh my god!
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, the Sarlacc pit is akin to alcoholism.
Yeah.
Don't get near it.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's better. I mean, again, like people enjoy a bourbon and a cigar or whatever.
If you can.
Yeah, enjoy it, but understanding that there is a slippery slope where it's, alcohol is highly addictive. How many times do people not want to drink and they have a drink and then they have more drinks that night? Not in the mood for a beer. All right, I'll have one. You guys are drinking.
That's how it goes.
Then it's open. It's open season.
It's been normalized in my family. I'm not going to describe where within the family or extended family, but I will say there were people that routinely got hammered because it was Saturday.
Yeah.
Hammered.
Yeah.
And then drunk through the week. And I saw that. And I thought, that's normal. I think it was just pure luck I got in this field. Because I could have ended up like that.
Yeah.
Because it's everywhere in the family. There's like 4 or 5 alcoholics. Again, I'm not getting descriptive where, but they're there.
No.
Right? And I'm like, I thought it was normal.
Yeah.
And I remember chatting to my sis about this too. And it's just crazy when you see these people doing it. Because you think it's perfectly fine. Well, it's not. Because your friends' parents, what are they doing? Or your friends' uncles, like whoever the hell it is, they're not doing it, right? But yet you've got people that you see within your family that are doing it regularly. It's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that. And I know it's so easy to be that.
Oh, absolutely. If you start equating it with fun.
Despite my field, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because, man, when I have a drink, I feel really good.
Yeah.
Like, really good. And
Yeah.
I don't need it. Like, I can feel really good without it, too. You just don't think you can, right?
Well, it's equated as the silver bullet for stress.
That's a social lubricant.
How many people say, I'm going to celebrate drinks. I had a bad day, drinks. I'm going through this terrible thing, drinks.
Of course. Of course.
And
of course.
In university, it was fun. It was the fun thing to do.
It's tough, man. I've got a dear buddy of mine, and like I love him to death, but like, my God, he gets hammered a lot, all the time. Like not all the time, but it's just routine. And years ago it was fun, but I can't. And it's making me think more about what I want to. I see it. I'm like, I can't be that.
Yeah.
I don't want it. Like freedom of choice once again, but it just kills me because it gets destructive. Like it affects how people interact with you too.
Yeah.
And if you're in a position of responsibility to other people, whatever that is, like it affects how those people look at you, and it particularly messes with them at a young age when you see people doing that, because it confuses leadership.
It's true.
Like I've got a friend whose father is a full-fledged alcoholic, and it's really difficult for them as a kid it was hard for them to view them as a parent. How are you supposed to take someone seriously when they're hammered, falling all over the place? Like you want respect.
Yeah.
Why? Because you donated sperm? Oh, that's enough, is it? Oh, it's really hard to take them seriously as a leader at all.
Yeah.
And it's very confusing for kids. In fact, one thing that I will not do is I will not get hammered if children are around. If I did drink, I will not get drunk in front of children. I don't want to confuse them.
Mm-hmm.
It has an effect.
Oh, it does. Yeah. Well, trust is everything. And also, you are the voice in their head when they're grown up.
Yeah.
and what do you want that voice to be saying?
Yeah.
So controlling that voice is very important.
I think so. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's even without kids. I mean, everybody says something that they regret when they were drinking, and I think there is a time and a place when you're young. Go for it. You know?
It's fun.
Yeah.
And even every now and then, now it's fine, but just know what you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
just know what you're getting into. Like, do you really want it to be regular? Like on the regular? I don't. Personally, I think
I've achieved all of the
terrible idea.
drinking accolades I've ever needed.
I really do.
Yeah.
I really think I have also. I don't need it. I mean, a few years ago, my buddy Wayne and I went to Montreal for his birthday, and I remember I had a pint, and I told him, like, before I have this, it's gonna hit me. And he's like, "You're full of shit." And I had a pint, and I was almost drunk, and I'm not making it up. It just hits me. Like, I do not have the gene that processes out alcohol. I must not. It's just not being expressed adequately enough, because like I put a little bit in and it just swooshes around in the blood and it just cycles around and gets every cell. The liver is there going, no, you make one more pass. You come back around after another couple hours and then I'll get you out, right? Because I swear to God, like, and I think it might be called alcohol dehydrogenase. I could be messing that up, but I think there is actually enzymes that are expressed by the genes that help clear alcohol.
Okay.
Don't kill me, internet, but let me double check on that, right? Yeah. I think I might lack that enzyme. Yeah.
I think I'm built for it. I mean, man,
You
there's
have plenty.
times
Yeah.
I've gone out in the height of it and I drink like 12 pints.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, 12?
12 pints.
Jeez.
And like, it wasn't blackout drunk. I wasn't slurring.
Wow.
I do
Wow.
that, and
why am I impressed?
Smoke a
I'm
cigar.
so conflicted after all of that whole conversation.
Yeah.
I'm still somehow impressed.
Yeah.
Oh my
Something,
gosh.
it was, I mean, my body was pretty used to it then too.
Wow.
I was a younger man,
Wow.
but no, it's
Adam,
yeah.
you give me a half case, I'm finished.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got it. I can make, if I have one beer an hour, one or two, probably one. Like, that's what I need to do. I cannot. I can't. I ask anyone.
It's probably for the best, actually.
Girlfriend, ask my friends. I remember being a kid, like, trying to, or in my 20s rather, like trying to have a dozen beer. Like, I could never make it to 12. Like, I mean, I could, but like I'd be like dragged home, throwing my guts out, right? Like, yeah.
Just call that an appetizer.
Oh,
So
man, there's nothing appetizing about that. No, that's gross. That's gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you got inspired. You found purpose. It sounded like you were almost rudderless at one point.
Oh man, yeah, it was.
If that's an appropriate term.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you found focus. You found something that you loved. You found that the interviews were actually serving a purpose.
Yeah.
Personally, but also to the public.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the show became like a great purpose. It still is, even more so.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, I come across guests where you mention somebody.
Sure.
And I don't know what it is, but when you sit down with somebody, even if you don't know them, and you just start asking them questions about themselves,
yeah,
and they start to open up,
yeah,
man, they open up. And then when it's over, they're happy.
Yeah.
They're happy that it happened, and I'm happy because like I've seen all of somebody, and bringing that out, especially when a stranger on the other side of the world is like, man, I watched that. I dealt with this, and here's what I did. Yeah. It's like, that's fucking powerful, and especially for men, it's different. Like, guys don't get in a group together and hug it out.
Nah, not unless it's jiu-jitsu.
A lot of us are guarded.
Yeah.
A lot of us have, a lot of times there's a lot of competition between men. So like, you're not going to show your vulnerabilities, and it's hard to tell your girlfriend or your wife or your partner.
Because you don't want to be a whiner.
Exactly. You don't want to put that on them either.
Yeah.
So you end up just holding it in, and then it gets bigger and bigger, and then you fucking pop, So
It's like a shaken up bottle of Pepsi.
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, having a place where it's like fireside chat.
Mm,
What's on your mind, man? Let me know.
yeah.
It's cathartic and it's been cool.
Oh, that's fantastic to hear. No, it's really good. And I'm glad that you're doing it too.
I'm obsessed.
Good.
I'm obsessed.
Stay obsessed. Get
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Get worse. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's good. If you can make someone feel safe and respected and dignified, I think anyone will open up to you.
Yeah.
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 And those sort of prerequisites have to be sincere, and I'm sure they are. Otherwise, no one would be coming here,
No.
right?
No.
But it really, I sense it too, like at work with clients, they do better when you apply the same principles that you apply in an interview. You make them safe.
Mm-hmm.
You really listen to them, and you make them know that they're valued, and they really are, and that it's sincere, because they can smell that a mile away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you do that, like, people just open up and they're comfortable and they feel better and they share and they grow.
Big time.
And you also said that you've been learning a lot from your hosts, or from the people that you're interviewing.
Yeah. Big
Right?
time. Well, when people get to the point where they're open, and what I tell everybody, it's like, if there's anything that you say that you don't want there, I remove it.
Yeah.
And I delete it.
Like I said the word dick tonight. It was
Yeah.
very bad.
It's true.
We're talking about
There's
Steve.
going to be a lot of beats.
Penis.
You said a lot of
Yeah.
things about penises.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so I come in and I tell them, I'm like, man, be as
Yeah.
open as you want. Anything
Yeah.
that you don't want to talk about will be deleted.
We'll just clean it up after.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And man, like, people go deep, and
Yeah.
it's and I get the feeling that they want to go deep. Like, it feels good to actually do it,
Man, well, I remember Robert David Steele. He was like, he passed away a few years ago, but he was like a Marine and CIA officer, and he was very much into politics, and he always said the truth is always found in discussion.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Like, what a great way of looking at something. Like, if you really want to kind of like find out what the truth is, well, you got to talk.
Mm-hmm.
We're not Bluetooth yet,
Yeah.
right? We got to use our voice, right? And I think if you can create an environment where people open up, well, we all win. You do, and so do we as listeners.
Yeah, eventually I'd like to have some kind of forum for people to go to.
Yeah.
And even if it was divided into, addiction,
Yep.
depression, just where men can go in and just fucking let it hang out. It could be anonymous,
Mhm.
and have real discussions. And the only thing is, I'd have to really monitor it for trolls. So,
Well, you're the right guy.
yeah,
You're the
exactly.
right guy, son.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't think of a better guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So eventually I'd like to have something like that, but
That'd
no,
be cool too.
it's been good. And the other part of it is it does make me feel good, especially if, like, I chat with somebody who's been through the fucking ringer,
Yeah.
and now they're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, it makes me feel good. And I'm like, well, what did you do there? And that's the whole thing with the final question, which I asked you the first time. I'm
Sure.
about to ask you again, but I didn't even realize how important that was at the time.
The question?
Yeah. And then when people talk about, what advice they would give somebody if they're going through a tough time,
Mm-hmm.
and they fucking pause and they say it, whatever they said, I'm like, that's in my toolkit now. Like, if I'm having a fucking rough day, and you can be the happiest dude in the world, but some days are rougher than others.
There.
And if you feel like, especially if you have a vision and it feels like things are in the way, it's like, it's good to have a toolbox to get yourself back on track.
Huh. Yeah, no, it is. Before we kind of go to a few other questions, though, what, over the last year, what is one or two of the biggest highlights for you from this process? I'm just curious.
I had Richard Nolan on,
Mhm.
and he was a veteran. He was in, well, the craziest story he told was about being in Rwanda, and he's seen unspeakable atrocities.
Is he a medic?
He was.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I
he was
remember this one.
he was in the Canadian military as a medic
Mhm.
during the Tutu and what was the warring tribe?
I don't know.
The Hadi. Anyway, there was a war going on
Yeah.
between two tribes, and they were cutting the arms off of people and children with machetes, and he was treating them, you know, and he said behind their tent there was a mound of bodies, and at the end of the night they would all go in the tent and they would talk about their day.
That's right.
Yeah, and it gave me goosebumps.
It gave me goosebumps too.
Yeah, and then they would feel as good as they could after their day.
You're right, because he was doing therapy before it was a thing.
Yeah.
I remember he said that, and he just intuitively knew that just talking would just made sense. That was decades ago.
Yeah.
That stood out to me. I remember driving, hearing him say that, dude, listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm legit. I'm like, he was doing like talk group therapy before it was ever a thing.
Yeah.
But it had to be done.
Oh, man.
He just knew he'd explode otherwise.
For them to come up with that
Yes.
during that time is
Yeah.
remarkable.
Yes.
You know, and realizing that you can't drink it away. You can't go
No.
back and try not to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And just seeing him, you know, come home and excel and be a successful man. It's like, what a remarkable person, you know, to see this, to be, you're not fighting in a war. You're helping clean up after war atrocities, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
That was a huge highlight, just to have this guy here who's been through so much, and he's now a successful civilian, you know?
Oh, that's a beautiful story.
Yeah, it was, and the other highlight's just been the comments, like a lot of people commenting on their own issues and how they got over it, because I think especially for guys,
Yep.
it's not about, you know, and if someone's going through something currently,
Yeah.
man, reach out. But I think what guys find really helpful is when people have overcome something that seemed like it was impossible to overcome, and it gives someone who's doing this, going through the same shit or something similar,
Yeah.
hope
It does.
and a way out of their pit.
Yeah.
It's like, that's powerful.
Yeah. Hope is powerful. It's
But
the first step.
great question.
Yeah. No. And oh, congrats on your blue belt, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Congrats on your blue belt, sir. Huh? Wicked.
Thanks, buddy.
Yes, man.
Yeah, that was huge.
Oh,
Yeah.
I almost forgot. I had to ask you about it. What isn't it? Isn't it the best emotion ever?
Oh
in the world?
man. Well, it was complete. I had no idea.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
And it was funny because there's a kid. He's probably 16, I think.
Yeah.
Like super nice kid.
Yeah.
Shout out to Preston.
Sure.
But he goes in with his dad. And,
Preston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I rolled with him before it. We're just kind of chatting, you know, rolling around, and then they're like, "All right, everybody, we got some blue belts." So
In
we sat
Brazilian
back.
Jiu-Jitsu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got some blue belts to give out. He goes, "A long time coming, Jordan Emberley." And I was like, "What?"
Yes.
But I just got there. I was out on my lunch break when I went to class.
Oh,
And,
perfect.
so I'm up there, and people are like, "He's not even sweaty." So I get the belt.
Yeah.
And I put it on, and then we're clapping up, and so I roll with Danny G, and we have like a pretty good match, and I could tell people want to roll with you there.
Oh,
but I had to go back to work, so
Get
I
a
was
little
like,
target on your back.
"Thanks for the belt, boys." See you around.
Walks out like a gangster.
It was amazing.
Huh?
I came home, and I put my work clothes back on, and wife and kids were home, and I was just walking around with my belt on.
Of course.
I was like, "Do you need a hand with that?"
Yeah.
Like, just push my belt against
Oh,
it.
yeah. Yeah. I got superpowers for at least 24 hours. Yeah. It's the most precious belt. Every one of the belts are clearly important and they all have their meaning, but the blue belt is the most important one. It's the first little bit of recognition that you're on the path.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal. It's a very big deal.
So many people quit
Yeah.
before that blue belt.
Yes.
Like there was a ton of people that rolled in because like you're getting your ass kicked
Yes, you
week
are.
after week,
Yes.
you know, year after year,
Yes.
and you're still showing up.
Yep.
You know, your ears hurt. You fucking,
Your ego.
I've been getting dry needling, which I
bet you are.
Man, I
Yeah.
100% recommend.
Where? Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Basically. Well, it's
Yeah.
funny because I
like-
went in to get this shoulder
You
done.
look like Pinhead on Hellraiser, right?
Exactly.
Huh?
Just quivering.
Yeah. Whew.
I went in to get
Yeah.
it on the shoulder,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Man, this shoulder's just as bad." I was like,
I'm shocked. Yeah, I'm shocked. Things hurt. The art of gentleness. Art of gentleness.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I
right?
don't get that part.
Oh my God! Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe
Goodness
when you're
sakes.
in the tub after. Like,
That's the only thing gentle is when you shake hands and leave, right? My goodness me. That's great.
yeah.
That's great.
No, man, it was it was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
But next week I'm fucking targeted, I'm sure. They're coming.
Just keep going.
No,
It's-
yeah.
But you know, it's funny. You know, for anyone out there that's interested in jiu-jitsu or something very similar to it, grappling in general. But I think the most important thing is just it sounds obvious, but just show up. Don't allow yourself to think about promotions. Do not let your brain go there. It will destroy you.
Yeah.
Right? That is like that's like starting Mount Everest, and before your first step, you're looking up there at the top. Don't do it.
Am I there
Just-
yet?
Oh my God! Just concern yourself with one step in front of the other, because this is the way, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It's true, right?
You'll drive yourself crazy.
Well, that's I
Yeah.
think why people quit.
Yeah.
They're thinking ahead. You cannot allow. You have to just focus on the next role within the class. You had to subdivide it.
Yeah.
And have gratitude. And have gratitude for thinking that way and doing it that way. Because the truth is, like even at the brown belt level, I never knew this, but it's like 5 to 10% of every single person on planet Earth that engages in jiu-jitsu makes it to brown belt.
I
think
believe it.
it's 5 to 10%. I used ChatGPT. It could have been hallucinating, but I checked it on other platforms too. And then I saw the black belt, and I thought it said 1% or something. In other cases, very low,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah. But that again, that's why the blue belt's so precious.
Yeah,
because
man.
you're just starting.
Well,
to climb up Mount Everest.
I remember when you came over, I was just getting into it.
Yeah, that's right.
And
that's
you came
right.
over and your level, I mean, brown belts, and you were, you know, showing me some stuff, but
Yeah.
it was just so impressive, you know.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, because when I was there and I was up against white belts, you know,
Yeah.
and some blue belts, it's like, okay, I'm starting to get the hang of this. And then you came over, I was like, I know nothing.
And that is jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes,
So
jujitsu.
what I've been doing is like,
Yeah.
I'll pick. Right now, I'm
Yeah.
working on heel hooks. So all I try to do is get in a position where I can heel hook, and
Mhm.
like it leaves me super vulnerable because I'm not, you know, I'm trying to get in that position the whole time. So you know, obviously I'm easy to mount, and but
For now.
yeah, but it's the way I got it's the way I've been confident in doing like Americanas. That was like the first thing. I just started trying Americanas from everywhere. It's like trying to get good at Americanas. You know what I mean? It's
Perfect.
just picking one move at a time. And that's been how I've been kind of it's always interesting, but that's what I'm like, I just really want to get good at this thing, you know?
That's actually, I like that. That I've heard this concept, go an inch wide but a mile deep.
Okay.
So the idea is you're not picking too many things to do. You're focusing on one thing.
Yeah.
And you're just seeing all of the different permutations of how you get there and how you do it. What are all the different setups? to get the Americana? What are the counters to the Americana? What are the different positions you can get the Americana? You know?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But guess what happens when you do that? You end up getting an Americana.
It's true. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Peter Beard taught me that.
Oh.
He got me in the head and arm choke 4 million times, I'd say.
Boy.
Yeah. It's like, didn't matter. I was like, how the fuck are you still getting me in head and arm chokes? And like, you know how you get your arm out?
You try.
You know, it's like a reverse hitchhiker. And, but he's so big.
Yeah.
That man, it's like a fucking rhinoceros.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I can't get my arm anywhere. You know? I'm like, feel like a child.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Well, that's there it is. Like it's just another opportunity to learn humility too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like it's good to be
You're
humble.
not getting anywhere in jiu-jitsu if you're not humble because
man, you better you I hope. Yeah, no, you're not.
No.
Who am I kidding? I was like, well, maybe you can. Well, probably not.
No,
because you'll just keep getting crushed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Even, I mean, there's some big dudes in our club, and they go up against our head instructor, Jeff. And Jeff is just so technical and savvy that it's impressive because, you know, I never seen him try, I don't think. It just looks so fluid. I'm sure like yourself, you know, where you have the technical, it's such a technical martial art.
I'm brute force and ignorance.
Okay.
Yeah. If I got any other boys listening to this, they're like, what did you say? He's smooth? Yes, boy. Sure he is. Yeah. No. God bless you for thinking that. No, I'm more like wrestling jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just it's brute force and ignorance, but it works. Yeah, I'm as smooth as a dull, jagged, rusty knife, right? As about as smooth as I am, right? Yeah, yeah.
But man.
Yeah.
You get the bug and you're addicted. And last thing I'll say about it was, it's interesting to see how many people quit at blue belt.
Yeah.
Because like it took so long to achieve it. It's like, why quit now? You know, like you finally crested, you know, you're on to the next level. Like, fucking what? Keep going. It's blows my mind.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's true. And who knows why, but it's probably because the grind is challenging. It is challenging, right? That's why I think we have to find gratitude in the act of the grind itself. I think that's the answer. I think you can't allow yourself to look too far beyond that.
Yeah, well said.
I think so. I mean, what do I know? That's just one opinion.
Well, I'll tell you, like when we travel, I always miss it. Yeah. It's a really good cardio workout.
It is.
I hate cardio. I like mountain biking.
You got no choice in jiu-jitsu.
Exactly.
You don't?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see what happens there, right?
But like, I don't even think running would help you in jiu-jitsu. Like, you have to get jiu-jitsu cardio to do jiu-jitsu.
You need to practice the skill. Ultimately, you need to practice the skill itself, I think.
Well, it's so much explosive movement.
That's also involved.
You know, and even like, let alone getting crushed like a knee on belly, but like being able to hold a position until you can figure out what the next move is fucking taxing.
It is.
You know, and like you might run all the time, but try to have a 200-pound body on you and then flick them off and actually have enough energy to get on top of them. You know, it's,
you gotta, part of getting good at jits is learning not just when to put your foot down on the pedal, but when to put on the brakes, mentally and physically, because if you go hard consistently, you're going to burn your mind and your body out, and you're not going to last. It's not efficient, but that comes with experience, right? There are certain moments in the fight where when you have good control, you can breathe.
Yeah.
Right? And when you have good control, which is the most fundamental thing in jiu-jitsu, If you can hold someone, you can take your time and do what you need to do. It also means you can breathe when you have good control. Control is everything. I never knew what that meant, Jordan, for years. You know, they always say position before submission. I'm like, yes, boss. And you just like salute and you go there like an idiot. Like you're like, okay. Well, now I know. Now I really know what that means. It just means how do you control a slippery fish? Right? Like what's the best way to control something like that? If you can figure that out with your particular style and you can hold someone, the submissions will all be there, but you must control first, always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I look forward to learning that lesson.
I just learned it last month.
Okay.
I've been at this since 2011, right?
Yeah. I got a few more years.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Brute scrambling.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
The first person I asked this question to.
Yes.
The last question.
Yes.
You could offer some advice to anyone going through a rough time.
Yes.
What would it be?
I was thinking about this on the way over. You know, I think probably being of service to others will probably help you get out of your own funk. I think just being there for someone else gets you out of your own head.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of a larger solution or a larger approach, but I mean, it feels good to help other people in whatever way that is, big and small. But for that moment, you also get out of your head as well. You know?
Yeah.
That would be what I would think. But let me turn the table around. What do you think?
Well, it's funny you say that about helping other people. That's how
Yeah.
Alcoholics Anonymous started. The idea was helping alcoholics quit alcoholism so that you could quit alcoholism. So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Wow, no one's ever asked me that before.
Yeah, well, let's go. Let's do this. Come on. It's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a great question. Oh, before you answer it, you should also do what Sean Ryan does. He's like, name 3 guests that you think should be on here. Right? It's a nice way to get them coming in. But please answer my question. Answer my question, please.
I would say cut out negative self-talk because it is a cancer on your brain. It's a passenger that does nothing but take away. So even if it's like you drop a tool when you're working on something, you fucking idiot. You know, a lot of people do it and they feel like it's normal, but it's not, because there's a voice in there that's listening and you're belittling yourself and it's chipping away at your confidence. Yeah. I think that replacing the negative talk with positive talk or neutral talk is a huge help for a lot of people, especially if they're already down on themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That answer was so much better than mine. It was. It was.
To be fair, I've listened to a lot of people.
Oh man, you're so cheating right now. Yeah, no, that's so true. And I think Peter Attia said something to that.
Okay.
Yeah, in his book, he said, because he was vicious to himself. And his therapist or someone he was working with said, if you heard a little boy or girl or another person, let's say, saying what you just said to themselves, what would you say? He's like, oh my God, I would immediately say, you can't say that about yourself. You're so much more than that. That's not really who you are. Be gentle to yourself. And then he had the moment, he's like, oh my God. That was a perfect answer for you, from you. It was a perfect answer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, it's true though. And I mean, if you're down on yourself, man, it's so hard to lift yourself up.
It's caustic.
Yeah. Well, you got an enemy living in your head.
You do.
You know, and it's you.
Volitionally too.
Yeah. You don't believe in yourself. Listen to yourself. You know?
Yeah.
How are you going to get out of anything?
Yeah, you dumbass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost
you're
like
a loser. You're fucking drinking again. You're doing
Yeah.
drugs. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a helplessness. But you can change it and
Man,
say
being nice to yourself, as cliche and silly as it sounds, is fucking huge.
Yeah, of course.
Because if you start to like yourself, man, the world opens up.
Man, you're right. I had a buddy of mine years ago. He was going through rehab, and he looked in the mirror and he was saying to himself, I love me. I love myself. And it was a huge moment
Yeah.
in this individual's process. And I remember like going, holy shit,
Yeah.
this makes sense.
Well, then you start to respect yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, why are you going to choose these things? Respect myself too much. You know.
Yeah. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Brother, I could do this all night.
Me too.
I could do this all night.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure, sir. My pleasure.